I had a lot of people interested in my blow dart gun videos. I've got some live game up there. So I'm going to use my much longer one today. Obviously, the longer it is, more range, more accuracy, more skill in using it. Now, for squirrels and pigeons, it's actually the short ones are enough. But I'm going to be using my longer one today. So I've got a laser pointer on the end of it. As you can see here, I say a laser pointer. It's just you put the red dot on the target. It's a laser sight, that's what it is, just a red, it's not a laser. You can get all sorts of lasers, torches, night vision, all these things, you can get scopes on them. I keep it simple. This is a very, very simple blow dart gun. And I want to mention about the law in the UK. I could easily disguise this as a walking stick, no, it's just a walking stick. There is a bit of ambiguity about it. I've got a professional license as a pest controller. I'm a level 3 pest controller. So, and I do have a license to shoot with a rifle. But if you haven't got that, there's another, if you're something to do with a vet, if you work for a vet or a farmer, something like that, you're allowed to have a blow dart gun and you're allowed to have tranquilizer darts, things like that. They could be, or if you're working in a zoo, or there's more game up here. There's loads of squirrels around. And in the past, I've demonstrated shooting squirrels, and all I know is I got my channel removed for breaching community guidelines. I'm not sure if it was my hunting videos. So I'm not going to show killing of a squirrel. But this is an area I have worked before. There's a squirrel call you can get. And you can get a little machine, you either blow through it or squeak it when you squeeze together. It makes a squirrel call. And they do all come running. The squirrel call is emulating, there is food here, there is food here. They communicate with each other. And if one of them says there's food here, they all come running over. Now you can record this sound, put it on your phone. And I'd say if you put your phone in an area, the killing area where you want to do your hunting, cover your phone up, protect your phone. You don't want to hit your phone with a blow dart. Press play, let it play for a couple of minutes. They will all come running. You stand back and start picking them off. You want to get several of them before one of them notices what's going on and does the call, danger here, and they will all scarper. With pigeons, there's no call to attract them, but if you scatter a handful of oats, I like oats, just rolled oats, scatter some of those, couple of pigeons come down, they all notice. I think they somehow sense it from far away. Pigeons all come over, oh, there's food here, Same thing, start picking them off, reload, shoot another one, reload, shoot another one, until one of them realizes, right, there's something going on, there is danger here. Now I want to demonstrate, here we go. I'm going to demonstrate firing the longer blow dart gun. Nice. I want to demonstrate how this can be taken down. So, this one here, we get to 3 parts like this. These 3 parts can go in here, no problem at all. The reason why I'm talking about blowguns is because I feel there's going to be very, very high food inflation. Well, high inflation of everything, really. There's going to be big inflation of the things that you need, and deflation or lower prices of the things you have. Basically, if you've got any investment, stock market's all going down, house prices are really going to go down. But things you need every day, cost of living, especially food, is going to go up. The price of oil is going to keep going up, and up and up. Energy is going to go up. Food is going to get very, very, very expensive. You're going to be shocked very soon. You think you're ready for it, but when you see how much the food that you buy regularly has increased, like the end of this year, and by 2027, it's going to be ridiculously expensive. This is why I feel having skills with hunting, trapping, and foraging wild game is better in many ways than storing food. But I'm not saying don't store food. I'm doing that as well. I am stockpiling food, but you could lose that. You might have to bug out and move and can't take it all with you. Skills can come with you, and a blow dart gun can come with you, and you can make a new blow dart gun even if you lost it. And I feel the blow dart gun is the best weapon, and I've proved this. My son and I did. I've talked about this, and I'll put some videos on the channel of. We walked from the west coast of Britain to the east coast of Britain. It was just above London, and we were on the coast, on the east coast of the UK, and we walked right across. We did roughly 30 miles a day, sometimes a bit more than 30, but towards the end it was a lot less than 30. It's like 25, 26 miles a day for about 2 weeks, and we walked right the way across, living off the land. We just had backpacks with hammocks in our backpacks. It was summertime, and every night we would just sling the hammock in the forest somewhere, some trees, have a fire in the middle of our 2 hammocks, and we just hunted wild food. My son was 16 at the time. He got his first pheasant, but we caught birds, small game. We hunted and we cooked what we caught, and we ate it. We set traps at night. If we caught something in the morning, we'd have that for breakfast. We'd cook it there and then we'd just go walking. We'd fill up our water bottles where we could. And it was summertime. We found lots of apple and pear trees, and we did other foraging. And the point I'm making is we did it while we were walking 30 miles a day, which was quite hard. If you're not doing that, it's not going to be too difficult. If you're confident in your skills, I feel there's going to be very, very, very high cost of living that will shock people. It's going to be hard times. And I think now's the time to start getting ready with these skills. Get yourself a blowgun. Get some traps. Can I feed my family from the land just from hunting, fishing, if you like, trapping, and foraging? Foraging is very good. You can get a lot, especially in the summer, spring, summer, autumn. There's a lot of wild food in the British countryside. You can feed yourself, and I think that's better than storing food. But I'm not saying don't store food. Still store food. But where you live, is there a possibility of setting up a dovecote? This is what I've done. I'm not got my own dovecote on my land. I have just encouraged pigeons. Pigeons and doves are the same bird, if you didn't know. But I've just encouraged a nice flock of pigeons, and they are far better than chicken. Pigeon is a much better meat than chicken. The eggs are better quality, more nutritious. You just need 2 or 3 pigeon eggs, the equivalent of an average sized chicken egg. But they are renewable, infinitely renewable. As long as, and I worked in pest control for a long time. This is how I got into pigeons. I've done hotels, restaurants, things. They've had a problem with pigeons, other businesses, and they've had in the boiler, this pigeons they had a pigeon net there supposed to stop pigeons, but they got in somewhere and they bred, and the squabs are born, and they drop in poo everywhere. And we try and get rid of them. I used to use the air rifle, but now I use a blow dart gun to kill them, clean them. And then it seems to me the more that we kill these pigeons, the more they restock their numbers. It's amazing. It really is how hard it is to get rid of the problem. When you've got a flock of pigeons that you want to get rid of, hard to get. You keep killing them. I think I've killed the last one. 6 months later, there's another load of babies there. Hang on. It's hard to kill them off. So don't worry. If you set up a place, or if you've got a place where there are pigeons breeding, and if you just keep taking squabs, keep taking eggs, and keep eating, shooting pigeons, and they'll restock their numbers. They really do restock their numbers in no time. And nobody minds you hunting pigeons. People view them as flying rats. People view them as a nuisance. You're not going to get animal rights people. Oh dear, the poor pigeons, leave them alone. No, nobody minds. And same with squirrels. Squirrels are a pest and nuisance. Nobody likes squirrels coming into their garden. Little old lady with a nice bird table watching the birds. A squirrel comes and eats all the bird feed. No, they're a nuisance. Nobody minds you eating squirrels and pigeons. And I recommend now is the time to get used to these skills. If there are food shortages, or I don't think there'll be food shortages, but there will be very, very high cost of food. Meat particularly. Organic meat, like pigeon and squirrel, or, it might be beef, lamb, chicken, whatever meat. That is going to be the most expensive. Already I'm seeing now, before things have really got going with the inflation, meat now that we used to buy is in these theft-proof boxes, a clear box with GPS tracking on it, and you can't get it out. And I think, whoa, that's very high security for this good quality meat. And I can imagine that's going to continue. They're going to have really high security on the meat, because the meat is the most expensive food. So if you can supplement your diet with wild meat from your area, it's very good for you. Very good skills. So in conclusion, I'm going to go through I've done this before on my channel. My channel got shadow banned and all the videos were deleted. But every day I do a training with my children. People ask me, do you do homeschooling? I say, yes, I do homeschooling. I've done it all their life, but they also go to school. All my kids do go to school, but it finishes 3:30. I try and finish work early, and we do homeschooling as well as their schooling. And a lot of it is unschooling, things they learn in school. That's not right. They teach evolution and things. I don't believe that. I believe in intelligent design. Other things they teach in school, they always taught them the vaccine is good for you, it's safe and effective. Well, I teach think for yourself. I said to my kids, I don't want to teach you how to think. I don't want to teach you what to think. I want to teach you how to think. Think for yourself. And this training we do every day. Monday, we do shelter Mondays. So Monday after school, my son's a bit grown up now, he doesn't do it, but when he was younger, and my 2 daughters are still young, we do how to get shelter. If we got time, build a shelter out of bushcraft. Like all this you see here, all this bush here, we can make a shelter out of that. Takes a bit of time. Or can you get access to an abandoned building? Can you get through the window, the door? Shelter Mondays. If you're short of shelter, you don't want to be exposed to the elements. Shelter Mondays. How can we get shelter? And we do that every Monday and go through lots of the theory at home with the whiteboard, with writing down, and then we go out and do the practice. Get shelter if you need shelter. Tuesdays, Water Tuesdays, how to get clean water. If you find water in a stream, how can you make it safe to drink? Build a filter and boil it. That'll come into Fire Sundays, how to make a fire. So Shelter Mondays, Water Tuesdays. Wednesday is trapping. How to set traps from sticks. All these sticks on the ground. Make traps, make cordage Wednesdays. How to make cordage from all this greenery. We can make cordage, good bushcraft, make cordage, make traps to be able to set traps and get some good meat, small game that way. Thursday, we do navigation and tracking Thursdays. Where to set the traps. That is a real skill. You can make a wonderful trap. You set it in the wrong place, you're not going to catch anything. So tracking, looking at the ground, looking at the markings on the ground. Tracking and navigation by the stars and making a compass, magnetizing needle or something like that. Navigation, tracking Thursdays. Hunting Fridays. These days it's a blow dart gun. We've done hunting with all sorts. Over the years, as the kids grew up, I've got crossbows, I've got archery, I've got bows and arrows. Slingshots, my wife's very good with a slingshot. And sling bows, which is like a cross between a crossbow and a slingshot. Catapult. You can shoot crossbow bolts through. With or arrows, you can shoot, instead of a bow and arrow, you use a slingshot to shoot the arrow. We've done all those, and we always choose the simple blowpipe or blow dart gun because it can be disguised as something else, as walking stick, and it's just so simple and elegant. I love the blow dart gun as my weapon of choice. For Hunting Fridays, we do hunting and we catch meat. And then Saturdays we do foraging. My wife's good with mushrooms, food, locating and identifying what is edible. And these days AI is so much more helpful with that. You can use AI on your phone to check what it is. Can you eat it? And on Saturdays, we always do voluntary work Saturday and welfare visits, visiting neighbours, see if everyone's all right. And then we do foraging on Saturday afternoon. And then on Sunday, we do Fire Sundays, how to start a fire. All my kids want to be proficient starting a fire with just what you find. You haven't got any matches, you haven't got a light, you haven't got anything like that. Can you start a fire? It's quite a skill. And we do a barbecue, we invite friends over Sunday, have a fire on Sunday, cook the wild food we've got from trapping and hunting and foraging. And we do Fire Sundays. And then Mondays start again, Shelter Mondays. Some people think, oh, he's extreme. He's a nut job. I've been called that for teaching my kids all these things. Teaching them about monetary history. I've been called that. What? The poor kids having a nut job father. Teaching them how to break into buildings on a Monday, shelter Monday. How to get shelter in an emergency. But we do a lot of wild things. You know, me and my son have done a lot of adventures. And these skills have come in handy. And I feel, because of the war in the Middle East, it's going to get worse and worse and worse. All these skills will come in handy. And I do feel, anybody who thinks, no, it's all going to blow over soon, the oil price is going to come down, there's going to be no food price inflation, the price of food is going to come back down. Dave Silver is wrong. There's no need to be thinking about going hunting and trapping for wild game. There's no need. The price of food is going to come down. Dave Silver is wrong. Well, time will tell. But I am confident I am not wrong. And I'm confident that if you put time and effort into learning these skills now, you will be very happy you did.